Hey, Pastor Mark here. Glad you're able to hang out with me for just a minute on this Good Friday. That's right. Yesterday we talked about Monday, Thursday, the command to love one another, even as I have loved you. Jesus said, you are to love one another, and then that's how the world will know you're my disciples. So that was the command that he gave on his last night with his disciples. Shortly after that, he was betrayed and he was turned over to the Roman government, and he eventually was crucified. And that's what Good Friday is, the celebration of what Jesus did on the cross. Here's the thing. When I first came to the Lord, this was many years ago, and I celebrated going to a service for my first Good Friday service, I was in the service, and just shortly into it, they're singing the songs and stuff like that, and I'm thinking in my mind, I'm going, why is this Good Friday? I mean, I fell in love with Jesus real quick, and he was everything to me, and I thought, this is the day they beat him so badly you couldn't recognize him. They buried him after they had murdered him. Why is this Good Friday? It was hitting me like this. There's nothing good about this. And I got up from my seat and I walked out of the church service. I didn't make a scene, but apparently my face looked a certain way. So this older gentleman, he followed me out into the hallway and he asked me, he goes, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. You know, I was just having a hard time because I don't get why all the Christians call this Good Friday." And he patiently and quite beautifully broke it down to me, why it's Good Friday. There's a passage in Isaiah 53, the whole Isaiah 53. Read that today. It's so good. And it talks about the suffering servant, what Jesus went through. In one part it says, "Surely he, Jesus, bore our griefs and carried our sorrows. We esteemed him stricken," that he was smitten by God, that he was afflicted, "but he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities," our sin. "And upon him was the punishment, the chastisement that brought us peace, and by his wounds we are healed." It says, "Out of the anguish of his soul he shall see and be satisfied. By his knowledge shall the righteous one, my servant Jesus, make me, to be accounted righteous, for he shall bear their iniquities." That's why it's Good Friday. It's what he did. He paid a price I couldn't pay, that you can't pay. We cannot earn our way into God's grace. We have sin. Sin has separated us from a holy God, and sin had to be dealt with. And it was dealt with in the person of Jesus. The scriptures in another place say, "He who knew no sin," Jesus, he became sin. He became sin so that we might become the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. I'm stoked of what he did, that sacrifice of love that he did for you and that he did for me. And it's not just the forgiveness of sins. I am so happy for that. Believe me, that my sins are forgiven. But it's that I have safety with God. That because of my faith in what he accomplished, because of your faith in what he accomplished, we have become the righteousness of God. We have a right standing with God today, and it's predicated not on our works, but on our faith in what he did for us, and we can be safe in that. We are at home with God because of Jesus. That's why today is a Good Friday, and it's also really good because there's a Sunday coming up in just a couple of days. The cross isn't the end of the story. The resurrection is the story. The empty tomb is really our symbol of Christianity. And I can't wait for that day as well. I'm going to celebrate today. I'm going to spend time just in his presence, just thanking him, reminding myself of all that he's done. I hope you're able to do that. And then join us on Sunday at one of our services online, 9:15, 11, or 6 p.m. And let's celebrate the resurrection, the life-giving power of God. All right? We'll do that together. God bless you guys. Have a great day.